take somebody, and they're going to have their own way and ideas about doing things. It doesn't mean that they have to wrap their entire identity up in the leader. But a leadership, many times there are people, I remember several years ago, I was listening to Apostle Jim Clark speak. And Jim Clark is the father-in-law of Larry Stockstill, started Bethany Worship Center, or Bethel, whatever it is, Bethany down in Baton Rouge. His son Jonathan has since taken over there, but Larry Stockstill's father-in-law, Jim Clark, was a great man of God whose counsel got me out of trouble 2 or 3 times. And Jim Clark was talking, and he said this. He said, I've always been a church planter, and he had started several churches, and he could get them up to about 300 or 400 people. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of us around here would be, pastors and leaders, we would be excited with 300 or 400. But he said something very powerful. He said, I would get them up to about 300 or 400, and then that was it for me. And he said, then God would, and while I was getting the church to that point, I was always training somebody else to come up behind me who had the next part of the vision, the next part of the strategy to take this church I had started from where it was at to the next level. And so he would identify a successor, and he would train them, and he would impart into them. He would inspire them. He would elevate them. He would build them up. He would teach them so that when it came that time, they would step into that role, and then they would go from 300 or 400 up to 800 or 900 or 1,000. It takes a strong leader also to realize when he's done with something and to let somebody step in there and take his place. Great leaders are those people who are set apart. They have the ability to inspire, to make sound decisions, and to lead with confidence.